today we're going to end the age-old debate of, is this just as good as this? Let's get into it. Before we get started, make sure you follow me at MadMaxGuns on Instagram. You would have seen this video coming from a mile away. So, just again, at MadMaxGuns, I'll make sure you can see it. Follow me there, and let's get into it. If you've seen my channel before, everyone knows that I'm a huge scar geek. Show clear real quick. But time and time again, I've got comments saying that, like, oh, my AR10 or DPMS or my Springfield Saint 308 are just as good, or my Aero Precision AR that I built for $1,000 or less is just as good as your $4,000 scar. Is it? Well, I set out to see. So, just go over how this is set up, because the testing was done with how these are both set up right now. This is a Scar 17, and I've done a couple videos on it past. If you want to check out my thoughts on this overall, they're back in the catalog there. But I got a regular Scar 17 here with the Nightforce NXS 2.5 to 10 by 24 and Nightforce rings, a T-Rex Arms offset red dot mount with the Delta Point Pro, angle foregrip, light, not that I did any night shooting, is a M600 dual fuel, a chopped threaded pinned and welded Surefire SOCOM brake on there for 16 inches overall. Standard A2 grip, didn't change that. And VTAC sling. Internally, the only thing I did was swap out the standard trigger to the Geisley Super Scar. And if you've never shot one, it's a must for scars. Now for the just as good, we got a DPMS AR, or an LR-308, but it's an AR10 platform essentially. I built it like a long time ago, and yeah, so all it is a DPMS Panther lower with a DPMS lower parts kit. It has a Magpul SLE stock, Magpul MOE grip. Been using PMags 25 rounds, 20 rounds. Empty. The upper started life as like one of those long bull barrel ones. This was the barrel that started in it, and I don't know if you can see how thick this thing was. I actually chopped it down from like 24 to 17 inches here a couple years ago, but this weighs almost as much as this whole gun does, so I had to get rid of this. This handguard is a DPMS quad rail. Don't make them anymore, they haven't made them in a couple years. I got up here, I got a primary arms 1:6 with the KISS reticle. It is a second focal plane. Got a Tango Down stubby grip. Up front here I have a Streamlight HLX. It is bright as shit. If you don't care about having a giant dildo on the front of your gun, I would highly recommend these. They're dirt cheap and they perform really well, and they come with pressure pads and all that. So internally, the only thing that I changed is a pretty main component. I put a Criterion barrel in here. It is a 16-inch rifle length gas system. It is the M118 LR chambered barrel. And up front here I have a Spikes Tactical Dynacom for 30 cals. Overall, I'd probably say this is about, with the optic and light, you're probably looking at like $1,300 the way this is. That's compared to the $5 to $6 grand that is in this rifle right here. So how I based my comparison between the two, I kind of went on Call of Duty and looked how their guns are rated, and that was a fair way to add it. I had to add a couple on the tail end because the range, accuracy, fire rate, mobility, and control doesn't tell the whole story, clearly. I added in modularity, reliability, price, looks, and of course, how fun is it to shoot. I just want to preface with that these two guns are being compared how they are set up. Alright, so I have the offset red dot and I have a 2.5 to 10, whereas this is a 1:6 and the glass isn't that quality, but the whole idea of this is a budget 308 versus a not so budget 308. Is it a fair comparison? Probably not, but that's the point. This is my video, I'm doing it how I wanted, and I'm comparing two guns the way that I had them set up, and it's budget versus not budget. Anyway, let's get into it. Range, we were they're both 308 between 14 and 16-inch barrels. It's a draw there. They're both going to be effective out to 7 and change plus. Could probably, this I've taken out to 720 in this configuration with a 8 magnification scope. With a 10 magnification scope, I could probably get out closer to 1,000 with it. Have I yet? No. This has a 6 times magnification scope, so it gets a little bit of less range, but has longer barrels, so they kind of offset each other. Accuracy. The SCAR overall, except for one loading, was had a leg up on the LR-308. I've shot a lot of Winchester white box, 7.62x51, the 147 grain stuff. Horrible ammo for accuracy wise. Ran good, but you're looking at like 2 to 3 MOA with this, and with the LR-308, you're looking at more close to like 3 to 4 MOA. That's at 100 yards. 168 grain CR Match Kings and Gold Medal Match was better in the SCAR. M118LR was better in the SCAR as well, which kind of confused me because the Criterion barrel is chambered for that, so you'd think that would have a leg up on it. But that was early on in the testing. It could be that the LR-308 barrel's just not broken in all the way yet. I did clean it out, and I shot the one group that was significantly better in the DPMS than the SCAR was Federal 175 grain Gold Medal Match. That shot a bug size group at 100. We'll talk a little bit more about that later because I'm going to do a lot more testing with that. I'm going to drop a higher magnification scope on here. I got my Nikon 4 to 14 or 4 to 16, whatever it is. We're going to drop this on the LR-308, and we're going to continue with that gun and barrel to work up loads and find out how good we can make that gun shoot. But that's going to be a whole nother video, possible series, so look forward to that. But moving forward, fire rate. SCAR wins, hands down. Guiseley Super SCAR trigger versus a mil-spec trigger. It shoots way faster. I'm shooting like between 1.3 and 1.5 splits with this, and it was looking like 1.5 to 1.8 splits with a mil-spec trigger. With some training, could I get faster on that? But yes, but if I get faster on that, I'm going to be way faster on this. So again, fire rate, SCAR wins out. Mobility. This is way easier to swing around. It's just more comfortable of a gun to move, and it's lighter in all the right places. SCAR wins, not even close. Control, I'm going to have to give that one to the LR-308 here, the AR10. It's a heavier gun. The recoil's not as bad. And when I was dropping like 5-round bursts, not bursts, but dropping 5 rounds, this was far easier to control. The recoil is more straight back. There's less muzzle rise, whereas with the SCAR, historically, has a stranger recoil impulse, where instead of coming straight back, it like rocks like this a little because of how heavy this is coming and stopping back. But with this muzzle brake, it did help it a lot, and the recoil impulse wasn't as bad as it would have been without this muzzle brake. But again, a lot lighter of a gun, a little bit harder to control the recoil, and it has a way heavier bolt. So again, LR-308 does win out that round. Modularity, not as easy as one might think. You automatically would assume AR10 wins out, hands down, which yes, it did win, but you got to take into account that AR10s are not nearly as modular as AR-15s. If we're talking AR-15 versus SCAR 16, it wouldn't even be close. But you got to look at it this way. There's different patterns. So you got the SR25 DPMS pattern, AR-10s, and then you got like the Armalite patterns. Magazines aren't completely universal for all AR-10s. Armalite does take different mags than these. These take the same as SR25s. If you look at the upper here, it has almost like the same height as a 416 upper, where it's not like as flat and low profile as a typical AR-15 is. Same thing with up here. You gotta get the right handguard to meet up with this upper receiver. Now, do they still make it like this? I'm not entirely sure. Again, I bought this gun and built it up like 2015, so 5 years ago. And a lot of the parts on this are obsolete. So have they been going in the right direction? It's possible, but for these specific guns, it's not as modular as you would think. So while yes, it does win out in this category, it's not as overwhelming as you might think. Reliability, SCAR all day. I've been shooting a lot of old surplus ammo, and while this does cycle it most of the time, and it will cycle most factory ammo, and all the hand loads that I put through it, it won't take old, like military surplus ammo. That chalks it up to the gassing. Now, that comes to another point with this gun. It should probably be running an adjustable gas block. Am I running an adjustable gas block? No, I have a standard low profile gas block. We're talking about in this configuration. Later on down the road, should I put an adjustable gas block in it? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'll just shoot ammo that cycles. Yeah, reliability, this has had a ton of malfunctions, even with some max grade ammo. Regular ball ammo, M80, the Winchester white box, it cycled fine, but I put some gold metal match through it, some Remington ultra match, and it didn't cycle as good. It was definitely undergassed. We're getting some short stroking going on. Sounds like a personal problem, it is, but we work through it. Looks, I'm not even gonna talk about it. If you think, oh, but it has ugly, shut up. Fun, again, SCAR, how can you not have fun shooting a SCAR? Anybody that says otherwise hasn't shot one. And now price, as we all know, the LR-308 will win this one. It is far under 1/3 of the price. And that's where we're at. So, like I was saying, is it a fair comparison? Absolutely not. The point of me making this video is to say just that. Comparing a SCAR to any AR-10 period is not a fair comparison. They're not the same gun. They do things differently. Do I think this is a better gun? Absolutely. Do I think it's better than SR-25? I don't know. I've never shot one, but I fucking hope if it's a $5,000 gun that it performs better than this. Conversely, saying since this is a $3,000+ gun, I would hope it performs better than a $1,000 gun. And just because you have an AR-10 that, oh, I shoot bug-sized groups with ball ammo, and I've had a mil-spec trigger in every one of my guns, and it shoots just as good, and I've never broke my finger. Yeah, I'm talking to you people that are saying buying Geisley triggers is dumb. Like, get the fuck off my lawn. Do I take that personally? No, you're just dumb. Yeah, for real. Some guy said it was stupid to replace the Geisley trigger because I wasn't a real man and shot mil-spec triggers. And then I followed up by saying, you probably don't have a SCAR. And he's like, oh, yes, I do. I have the black one, and I've shot thousands and thousands of rounds through it. And that's when I just stopped listening to everything that he commented after that. But that's neither here nor there. Stop comparing SCARs to AR-10s. It's stupid. They're different guns. And the SCAR is objectively better, even though that's a subjective statement. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you hit thumbs up. If you didn't, as always, eat a dick. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do down there or over here, wherever it's at. Got some other videos for you. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, @MadMaxGuns. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.